It's week 5 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Commanders and the Hawks coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Greg Wild, first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page...
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
Second down and 8. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. 3rd and 6. The motion man is Johnson. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll stick with him again. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. 3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And he'll get this up close to a first down, working it to the 33-yard line. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he will have the Seahawks first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, Malik Washington.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Seahawks offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Rolling right. It's taken in. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
Here we go. Go.
Back to the air one more time. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track.
This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 3-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. So, just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The motion man is Johnson. Now, faking the give. No chance at all. He'll go down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
They'll turn and hand this one off. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase in what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll go again here with Taylor. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Michael Dixon now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. They send him right out of the slot. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. Open man is Johnson. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. To the outside, complete to Johnson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
That penalty is declined.
1st and 10. They'll run over center with White. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here. So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs, and that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL, and the reality is,
he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We're back to Seattle after this. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then As they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Tight end going in motion here. To the air now on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. The Commanders' offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. The Commanders about to send this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. We'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Back to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin in the Alamo city of San Antonio, Texas, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Keenan Allen, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Low-scoring game, all tied. Third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Seattle.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
They send the tight end in motion. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Throwing now from the gun. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks take a 10-3 lead. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Commanders set to kick this one away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Back to the air one more time. That is caught by the tight end. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seattle. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Commanders' offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll give on the ground, and he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. Man in motion here is Washington. He's got his man complete to Johnson. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw yet again. Throwing the out route, and Ayuk has it. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw, taken in, and he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Seahawks extend to a 24-3 lead. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Down the field, he's got Washington. A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on fourth down. To the air now on 1st and 10. A quick slant into the hands of Johnson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Washington. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. Automatic 1st down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. They'll look to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. Here's a 2nd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Over the middle, that's the tight end Johnson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Back to the air one more time. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Give up the middle to Taylor. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.